Gwen Stacy did?
Yeah. All right, so we just got out of seeing The Average Spider-Man 2. And I'm just going to say straight off the bat, I prefer Spider-Man 3 over this. We are joined here by...
Ryan Keels.
DeVille Borden.
Man, Harmon.
Ian Commerzi.
Rashawn Daly.
You guys want to get in this?
Chelsea Atkinson.
Bruce Wayne.
And Bruce Wayne.
I didn't notice you.
All right, so before I say my final rating, all right, I guess we'll...
You gotta tell them what it's about.
All right, so The Amazing Spider-Man 2 takes place after the first film. I'm going to say, what was it, about a year after the first film?
Year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half, because like it spreads out, like the first 5 minutes, like there's a gap like in between, and then it's the film. This time, Spider-Man is fighting Electro, I guess Green Goblin, Jamie Foxx, who, underperformance. No, Jamie, he's so laughable. He also fights a villain for 2 minutes, which I can consider a cameo, Rhino, and played by, Paul Giamatti, and then Dane DeHaan, who was wasted with 4 minutes left of the film as Green Goblin. So, all right, I guess we'll do about, 1, 2, 3. All right, so about 3 minutes apiece. Okay.
Well, how'd you like it?
All right, well, to be honest, I'm going to say it straight up. I thought this was the worst Spider-Man film ever. I mean, it had no flow. Now, the thing is, Andrew Garfield, he's an amazing Spider-Man. I'm not going to lie. Hands down, better than Tobey Maguire.
Unintended?
Yeah. But, and even the Emma Stone Andrew Garfield relationship, I don't know if it's just because like in real life they're dating, but it works in this film. And there are going to be spoilers. So at the end when she does die, I do feel it. But it's 2 hours and 21 minutes of just scenes. Just scenes put together into a film, and it calls itself a film. The problems from the first film don't get resolved. The whole, the parent backstory gets resolved in a sloppy way. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, your parents are actually like,
Never talk about Uncle Ben's killer.
No, they never. I'm hoping that in one movie they're just like, Uncle Ben's killer is Cletus Cassidy. That'd be amazing. I'd be like, yeah.
Nah, I don't want that. I want them to
Exactly, like you see why. All right, I only got a minute left.
Damn, that's it?
All right, we're gonna go around, but overall.
You gotta time me because I got a big mouth.
Overall, I feel that it's just. I guess see it just to see how bad. If you're a Spider-Man fan, go crazy, I guess. But it's beside the suit and the Andrew Garfield performance, I'm giving this a 2.5 out of 4. That's all I can give it, and that's being generous. All right.
We only got a minute left, so I mean.
No, not a minute left. I mean, like 3. Yeah, everybody gets like 3 minutes. All right, so go ahead.
All right, well, someone who's new to these superhero movies, I liked it, and I liked the other one. I thought it was good, but there was some problems that I felt that was it. They made Spider-Man look like a big. Are we allowed to curse on this?
Yeah.
They made Spider-Man look like a pussy throughout the whole movie, crying all the time. Let's see, the action scenes, I thought they were pretty good.
The CGI is pretty good.
Yeah,
I love the CGI. It was great.
I thought Jamie Foxx was a good character. The way I thought it was good.
He's
You
so
didn't like
laughable. No, like I was just. It's kind of like.
3 minutes over.
it? At first, they made him look like a wimp, but once he turned into Electro, I thought it was pretty good. I was lost a little bit until what's her name died. I like that. That made the story better. I was like, yes. I thought it was good. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
I do because I was like, this is my favorite Spider-Man.
Ask me.
Movie as a whole was it was alright. It was definitely better than the first movie, hands down.
Yo, you gotta speak up, man.
It was definitely better than the first movie, hands down. Than the first Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was a lot better. music for Electro was really good. I thought it matched him perfectly. I thought it did. You say no, he says yes.
It changed up. I liked it.
I really like.
The whole electro thing, I love it.
I heard the 5-minute version. That was pretty good.
I don't got much to say. You guys pretty much said everything I wanted to say, so I'm just gonna.
Let's say I was really happy with Rhino. I was happy that I thought that was cool. I'll give it, let's see, 2.5 out of 4. I mean, I didn't like the way that they made Electro seem really weird. Because, I don't know, something about it. But other than that, I loved what they did with Rhino. So, that's it.
Hi, this is Ian. I'm just going to say the movie's probably a good solid 2.5. Andrew Garfield hits it out of the park every scene he's in, particularly when he's in the suit. A lot of good scenes around him. Very messy. This is people who are making these superhero movies. This is what they should go see. Marvel in particular, if you're going to keep your franchise, like, keep making good stuff, this is what not to do. Don't cram, like, useless plot threads and all that stuff. Just take it back to the drawing board and say what not to do, because you're making stuff way too complicated. Other than that, I'm going to take my little cousin to see it again, so it's good enough for me to take him. So I think the casual people are going to be happy. Spider-Man fans, pick your poison. I'm a hardcore Spider-Man fan, but Andrew Garfield is really the one that smooths over the cracks for me. Told you I had a big mouth.
All right, let's see. All right.
Okay, my name is Rashawn Daly, and I have to say, this Spider-Man movie is not that bad, but not that good either. I would have to say it is a 3 out of 4 compared to other Spider-Man movies we've had to deal with. Sam Raimi, fuck you. But this is not that bad of a movie. It could have been worse. I say this is Iron Man 2 of Spider-Man. Because you got everything in there, so you cram it all into one movie, get it all out the way. You had to cram in certain people that you didn't want to see in. You keep like all these name drops everywhere. But as long as you got those name drops done there, you don't have to do it again. You get backstory in the next movie somewhere else, but they flowed right through. Dane DeHaan. He's a good actor. Last good movie I've seen him in was Chronicles. He's really good in that one. Him as Harry Osborn, it can work a little bit more. Needs to stop being a bitch. He did have that one good scene when he took out those two guys, and that was about it. But other than that, Jamie Foxx did well. Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, their chemistry is perfect. And now I just want to see who's going to be the love interest in the next movie.
Oh, come on. We know who it is.
What? It could be Felicia Hardy also.
They have her in here, but I mean, they're
You
not.
you
It's
never
gonna be
know.
Mary Jane.
Yeah, well, she was supposed to be in this one, and she got her ass cut. So,
All right. Thought the Spider-Man movie was pretty good. I thought it was better than the first Amazing Spider-Man. As far as the first series goes, the series is going to be a lot better than the first series. As far as actors go, I think they did a pretty good choice with them. Jamie Foxx, maybe not, hit or miss. He did okay for Electro.
No.
How'd you feel about Dane DeHaan?
Yeah.
Which one was he?
Harry.
Harry.
Yeah, for the whole 4 minutes he was in it.
He was good, but he kind of had a rapey face.
He was very gay.
David Bowie Goblin.
He
looked like a
was
goblin
he
before
was a
he
David
became
Bowie
a goblin.
goblin.
Bowie Goblin.
Overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. Kind of interested to see how they're going to play out the third and fourth one. I think they should put Spider-Man's life in more peril, like have Venom and Carnage thrown in. That'd make a good movie.
Well, that's the thing. Sony's whole plan is that they're gonna do like a Venom film. Like they want to turn this really into a franchise, and I'm like, there's not enough in it to make it a franchise.
They need to work
That's why
a
they threw the
little.
planes in and all that fluff.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of the fluff. The planes were completely unnecessary. It had nothing to do with the plot. But I don't know. The song was pretty good, and this actually captures. This actually captures Spider-Man's attitude with his wittiness. Thank you. Be well.
Jamie Foxx still has
All together with this one. All right, I'm just gonna say there is. Is this still going? Okay, good. There is this one scene in the film. There's this one scene in the film where, like, it's an action scene when Electro and Spider-Man are fighting, and these planes are just come out of nowhere. I'm like, I felt like I was watching a different film. I mean, did anybody else feel that way?
Very
That
9/11 to me.
It was like
Yeah.
an airplane
It gave that
performing.
feel of like
It jumped around. You know, we go from itsy bitsy spider to oh my god. You know.
But there's no suspense there. It's just, oh, here comes two planes. We gotta.
Well, Spider-Man works best when the stakes are on Peter and not the world. Like even in the comics, you're not following it because of his powers. You're following it because of Peter. That's what Spider-Man fans want. It's him that does it.
But he didn't even know the planes were coming.
Right. But I'm saying whenever they try to make it like world-ending stuff with Spider-Man, it feels forced because Spider-Man is about him. Like he's not even an Avenger. Well, he's an Avenger.
Oh.
30 minutes needs to be cut. Make it 150 minutes long. That was perfect down right then and there.
Yeah, to be honest, I was a little surprised because if you watch like all the trailers, there's so much cut out. And I mean, one thing that really pissed me off is that there's a great scene in the trailer where Dane DeHaan is like confronting Peter, and you have that attitude that you know that he knows that he's Spider-Man. In the film, they cut the dialogue completely, so they turn Harry into a buffoon. I mean,
Well, he's dying. Well, he is one sympathetic person who is dying.
but he's not sympathetic. Like, sympathetic to me was like Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. I felt bad.
That's the best Spider-Man villain they've ever done and probably ever will do.
I mean, acting-wise,
Yeah.
if I had to choose William Dafoe or Dane DeHaan over a Goblin, I would have to go with William Dafoe still, because...
He was crazy.
Yeah, like William... I don't know, there's something about his
He has no
mask.
motivation through half the movie, but it's Willem Dafoe just being Willem Dafoe
Well,
all over the place.
it's kind of like that, you know that Weird Al Yankovic song where it's like, and he's wearing the dumb Power Ranger mask, but he's scarier without it on?
What's Willem Dafoe
Or you
doing
could have
here?
Gary Busey.
You see. Yeah, as Goblin, I was just like... And not to mention that the way that the film... Like, I feel like Amazing Spider-Man 2 could have been the Dark Knight of Spider-Man. It's not... It could have been. It could have been.
You had too
still on?
high of an expectation.
What? Are you happy to see me? Yeah, you guys even in?
Your expectations
Shut-
were way
Anyway.
Cheryl was happy.
Alright, what was it?
What's our next movie?
I finally got
Next one is Days of Futures Past.
I have no
When's that come
fucking
out?
faith in that movie.
But, that's X-Men.
No,
But,
when does it come out?
oh, it's,
May 23rd.
yeah, May 23rd.
I have
It's
no,
not! It's just there!
I have no.
I didn't know we were all supposed to.
What about Godzilla? You wanna-
Oh yeah, Godzilla's gonna be good too, but I don't know. I mean, like, this film itself, without laughing at the Spider-Man costume, where was I at? Where was I going? Where was I going with this? What were we just talking?
Next movie and everything.
No, I mean, like, with this film. I feel like there was something else I wanted to, like, rip on this film about.
No, Mary Jane.
There's too much.
Alright,
Our host is in a
You know what?
Spider-Man
I got
costume.
right now, and
I know they'll never do it because they haven't done it, but in the reason that like Harry Osborn in the comics descended is because he broke under pressure and he was addicted to drugs. They'll never touch it in one of these movies,
No.
but that makes so much more sense than him just dying and
Hey,
all this
I'm
Force
proud.
stuff. Like, it's the same thing with Tony Stark and his alcoholism. He'll never go to an AA meeting in Iron Man 5. But it makes sense to the character. Like, they will never touch it because this is supposed to be for kids and adults.
Oh, I got it now.
Yeah.
Alright, I was saying that this could have been Dark Knight because if they ended the way that the film is paced, they focus all of their attention on Electro and not really the Goblin. And I feel like if they did the death of Gwen, same thing towards the end, but if they ended the film with him not coming back as Spider-Man, with him being kind of like under that peer pressure, so that when they start Amazing Spider-Man 3, Peter Parker is like what Bruce Wayne was in Dark Knight Rises, it would have been a good film. I mean, like, there's no tension. Like, he gets over the Gwen death after, like, 6 months. I mean, like, yeah, it's pretty reasonable, but still, I mean...
he's not over it.
Well, he's not over it, but still, like, it's...
He ain't over.
There's a goofy Spider-Man arc, the Man-Wolf arc with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, and he's
That's
still
all about
fighting
him
it.
grieving. And
The whole time with Gwen.
And that's where Mary Jane comes in, and all his friends come in. Flash Thompson comes in, all of them.
But the real problem I have with it is that, just like with Uncle Ben's death in the first film, I feel like when we get to Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3,
Yeah.
they're not going to touch upon it whatsoever. They're just going to be like, oh, Gwen's
Flash
dead.
Thompson's his friend in the comics. He's still kind of an asshole.
Huh?
He's his friend.
You think they will? I mean, I don't know. I know they're going to touch upon it, but
He is who he is.
I don't even know what Amazing Spider-Man 3 is going to be. I feel like...
Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino was a big disappointment.
I have to say they did fuck up in one part of this movie. That kid, they fucked it up.
As soon as he did the swing.
Oh, the little kid?
They fucked it up because they could have made him black. And they could have made him Hispanic.
Oh, Miles Morales.
They
Yeah,
could've did that
Miles.
so that they passed the torch.
I don't know.
They could have did it.
I like the little kid thing.
I like the little kid, but I'm saying they just messed up the.
I don't know how I feel about them forcing it too much. Like I like the character of Miles Morales, but I don't know how much they're gonna stuff down my throat at once. It's like you're eating a
Oh,
really
the
good steak
pothole.
and then they shove
I was so mad. I was like, really? You're just going to end it like that? I'm like, all right. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think we all touched upon it, but this... I feel like with Jamie Foxx's Electro, it reminds me too much of Batman Forever with Jim Carrey's Riddler. Because it's like, you feel so bad for the guy. It's just like, he's so laughably bad. Like, you don't feel sympathy for him whatsoever. It's just like,
But
this guy's
Max
fucking
Dillon?
life. No, it's so pathetic.
well, yeah. Well, he was kind of designed.
Jamie Foxx, like in the beginning, it's just like, dude, this guy's life just
Well, he has mental issues.
sucks.
That's how he became Electro.
Yeah, but and then he becomes Electro. He's like, oh, Spider-Man is on TV, and like the people are rooting for him. I'm
What
gonna
they
turn
could've
against
done
him. I'm
is
like,
rather than him just shooting electricity at people and just saying, "Look at me," go into his psychosis a little more because there's clearly something wrong with this guy before he gets. People just don't go crazy. That's not how it works.
No,
I go
he was
crazy every
being-
day though.
But
Unless
you
you're William
probably
Dafoe.
already were crazy then. That's not. It's a gradual process. It's not just I'm blue day glow
he
and now I
was just
shoot
one
like.
of them lonely people.
Yeah,
who got
right.
looked
But
over all the time.
if Spider-Man
So-
tried to reason with, if the guy had a breakdown and then like they could have done a big electrical effect where he just like flamed out or something. Maybe Spider-Man could have played with his head.
He went gay.
All right. Anyway, I don't know, man. They just, they showed him be the guy who was always getting stepped on, and then finally he got, sort of comeuppance. I wish he would have killed more people, if you ask me.
yeah, there's 3 minutes left.
The 9 o'clock Spider-Man is still going.
I mean, I don't know. I just
I want to go see the 3D man.
everything that you've heard about this film is pretty much true. It's not good. I really am wondering what would happen if Spider-Man 4 did happen if they didn't fire Sam Raimi, because I have doubts for this franchise. It's just. Well, you think this franchise is going to be better than the Sam Raimi?
Yeah. Well, what are you expecting from number 4? Mary Jane to be
Well, no. I'm just saying. Number 4. I would rather take a Spider-Man 4 than I don't know. I think the I'm just saying that with this, it just feels like the only good thing to come out of this franchise so far is Andrew Garfield. That's the only thing I feel is.
He is the true Peter.
Yeah, he's the true Peter Parker. In the last film, he's a bit of a dick though. I mean, it's constantly no. Spider-Man's cocky.
Right.
He's not a dick.
I like that they changed his sense of humor from being mean-spirited to actually being a nice guy because Peter Parker in the comic books takes care not to hurt people. He pulls. They always mention that he's pulling his punches. He's always taking so much care. Spider-Man doesn't want to hurt anybody. That was one of the only good parts about the Maximum Carnage miniseries from the 90s, is that it's pushing Spider-Man into a place he doesn't want to be because he's going to try to kill Carnage.
He should have attacked Green Goblin though after Stacy died.
Yeah,
was
that's
a
another
little-
thing.
that was a
There
little
was no
choppy.
revenge.
Even in the comic,
In the
that's.
comic, he gets right there.
Yeah, that was why it's my favorite Spider-Man story, because it's the one time that Spider-Man actually gets this close to killing someone.
Yeah.
and he realizes that he doesn't want to become a monster like what Norman was. So it's touching. But the way that it was handled in this, it was just like, oh, well.
And it could have been so much deeper because it's his friend. You know, there's so much, you know, I know it's not comic accurate, but if you're going to do Shakespearean drama, your buddy more than your friend's buddy, there could be so much more conflict there.
I'm calling it right now. The third one, he's gonna kill, what's his name? Green
What,
Goblin.
Harry?
He's gonna kill the Green Goblin.
I hope so. It would be really nice. You know what would have also made this film good if there was like one scene where
He
like,
needs the mask.
I mean, I really want a Spider-Man where you get into his psychic, where it's like the third film should start off with him looking for Uncle Ben's killer. That's what I mean. Like they never resolved that, or him fighting like the Shocker, like a B villain.
Well, Shocker's the great B villain. Have you ever read Ultimate Comic Books? There's a
Yeah.
running joke where he's always just
The
punching.
B villain.
I
So,
want to see Scorpion because that way they can incorporate
a new mask.
Green Goblin's face was bad.
Venom.
Oh, yeah,
Venom.
It was laughably. I mean, like I was looking at it, I'm like.
Even his teeth
No,
was
no, but
bad.
that's not the tricky part. The tricky part. Did you ever?
Well, I kind of got a little happy because, like, in the Norman Osborn death scene before he passes, I thought it was going to be like the Ultimate Universe, like, you know what the Ultimate Universe Green Goblin is, where he actually transforms and becomes like a Hulk-like creature. Because I looked at his nails, I'm like, holy
The
shit,
worst ex-girlfriend you ever.
damn.
That's what happened because
Whispering in his ear.
Dane DeHaan,
Yeah, Dane DeHaan, yeah, his nails.
yeah, it's like the thing. Like, but as soon as he got into the suit, it's like he started feeling.
Yeah, but with Norman, it was like, when you saw him before he died, he was like green and had the. I'm like, if he survives, maybe he'll. But then they killed him. I'm like, oh well.
He won't do anything to her, but he'll be like this.
All right,
Right.
Were you like? Were you?
all right. So, any final thoughts from anyone before we close this podcast off?
Are you wearing shoes? Is
Nope.
there like a padded thing on the bottom?
There is.
Oh, okay. All right.
There is padding. Thanks. All right.
Wearing a cup.
Yeah.
Okay. Again with any final thoughts from anyone?
Jared likes to carry his front
Spider-Man
with him.
3 will probably be way better than this, and Jared will take back everything he said.
I doubt it.
I got a quick
Well,
question.
Rhino.
Who do you think that person was who was walking through Oscorp?
Didn't they say?
What, the girl?
No, the guy.
Mr. The Hat.
Oh, Mr. Fear. He's such a. He's from the '90s. He's a minor character. I was
It
kind
doesn't
of
matter
mad.
who he is.
Like,
At
even
this
like
point,
the doctor was
That's
Dr. Krofka.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
like,
Yeah.
it's like it's
Yeah, Dr. Krofka. It's supposed to be a female, and
Right.
there's so
They
much.
turned him
wrong
into
with
Doctor
this.
Strangelove. Did you ever see Doctor Strangelove, the old movie? That's Doctor Strangelove. Watch Peter Sellers be a Nazi. It's a hilarious movie. But yeah, that's something I want to say. They need to stop building up big mysteries with Spider-Man. He doesn't need that. Like the mystery with his parents, that wasn't needed in the first place because in the comic books they were his
What's his
parents.
name does come back? Lizard.
Oh, Kirk Connors.
Yes.
I don't. I think he's gone.
He's still alive. He's just in Ravenclaw.
Yeah, but what's he gonna
They
do?
couldn't even get a good cameo of Kirk Connors. It was just like, it's over.
They pretty much butchered him from the first movie. That is the biggest.
All right. Well, I guess that concludes our podcast for the Amazing Spider-Man 2. So we'll join you next time for X-Men: Days of Futures Past.